traditions. In doing that, there should be room for open communication. There should be boundaries in communicating with them. You don't just talk to them the way you were talking to them before they became husband and wife. There should be boundary. You should season your words with salt anytime you want to talk to them, to avoid cracks. To avoid cracks. The next thing that we should consider in fostering this relationship is what I will call open communication. Open communication. By so doing, you are expected to understand their perspectives and experiences when you listen carefully to them. When you listen carefully to them. Also, under this open communication, there is something there to consider that we can see to be expressing support. Under this, yes, there is need for you to encourage and at the same time support their decision. Even if you don't agree always with them, you should just make sure that you trust their judgment and respect their autonomy. You should trust their judgment and respect their autonomy. The reason why we must do this is to avoid problem. Is to avoid problem. Because today, we have many families that have separated because of the father and mother lording it over either the son or the daughter that is in another unit that is called family. Once this unit is established, you don't have right again to lord things over them. You allow them to come up with their own traditions and ideas in running their family. You don't lord it over them again. We know that before then, you will tell your daughter, you will not go out of this house today. Or you will tell your son, today, I don't want to see your leg outside this house. But when this happens, you don't have that authority again. That already ceases to exist. Because your son has left you as a mature person to marry a wife. So, respect that unit that has come to be as a family. Then another point that will help in fostering this relationship is encourage mutual respect. Under this, it is expected that you should acknowledge differences. Of course, every family has its own values and traditions. I want to say something here. When your son or your daughter brother leaves you to marry a man or to marry a wife, you don't expect that that same tradition of your own household will be the tradition that will go on when they start their own family. Of course, it will not work. Because I want to say that marriage is made up of different people with different background who by accident of nature came to live in one geographical entity called family. And since it is like that, they are coming up with various culture, various traditions, various values, which may not correlate with what is existing in the original family. It will not. Because these two persons that have decided to come together never existed from their childhood. So it is believed that when they come together, new traditions will come, new culture will come. Of course, if your daughter leaves this Port Harcourt, for example, to marry to the Yoruba land, you should expect that the pot of soup will change. The nature of the pot of soup will do what? Change. The type of swallow that exists in the original family will change. For those of you that have lived with the Yorubas. And that is how it is all over. Many things will change. And as these things are changing, you that is the father, the mother, should accept them. You should accept them so that that new unit will exist in love and in harmony. Alright. Under that encourage mutual respect, we only have avoid criticism. Avoid criticism. You should avoid making negative comments, negative statements against that unit. Negative statements or comments. It will lead to tension. And at the end, may be harmful to the relationship. It may be harmful to the relationship. The other point that will equally help in fostering this relationship is be inclusive. Be inclusive.